Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Unity Center of West Linn. My name is Joanne Carruthers. I'm a member of the Service Ministry. On behalf of our board and the leadership team, we bless and welcome each of you here today. During this unusual, exceptional time, we're pleased to be able to share our message and philosophy of unity digitally. Not only our local congregation, but also each of you, wherever you are, who's found your way to be with us today. Or maybe later as you listen to our service replay on YouTube, which you'll find at West Linn Unity Center. Along with our beautiful center, where we gather for Sundays normally, classes and groups, we've also been a ministry without wall. And at this time, we're giving that phrase new meaning and a new way to serve as we learn how to connect with each other digitally. If you're new to Unity or to our center, we extend to you the warmest welcome, a virtual hug or handshake along with an invitation to visit our center website, which is www.worldhealing.org for more information on our center and a way to sign up for our weekly digital e-news for more inspiration, activities, and classes. We're changing our music during this time for the Zoom services. We're going to have recorded music from many of the wonderful New Thought musicians who graced us in the past. We'll also look forward to bringing back our wonderful Layla and Joe Millward just as soon as we're able. In the meantime, we give them great love and gratitude. This week, our featured musician is one we know and appreciate, Mark Stanton Welch. Please join us to sing along with this fun song. Sing at home when we listen. And I think we're listening. We come together to behold. We are divine.
Put it in the middle.
There's no music? Is there no music?
Yeah.
Lifted to the stars, dancing the glory, whirling the grace. See God in heaven.
Oh.
God in every place. We come together to behold the power of love, the power of light. We come together to behold. We are divine. Lift up the hands, lift up the hearts, oh, lift up the vision, lift it to the stars, dancing in the glory, whirling the grace. See God in every place. See God in every place. We come together to behold the power of love, power of light. We come together to behold. We are divine. Lift up our hands, lift up our hearts, oh, lift up our vision, lift it to the stars, dancing in the glory, whirling the grace. See God in every place. See God in every place. See God in every place. See God in every place.
Is Joanne talking? You're
Mute.
muted. Can't hear you, Joanne.
Okay, thank you. So we'll begin with a prayer, if you join me. Mother, Father God, thank you for this day, this beautiful sunny day. Thank you for all the technology that allows us to be together in this time of isolation and change. Thank you for each person here and for each being on this earth. We know we are one. We accept that changes can be good, and we're open to seeing that good, even as it might be difficult. We release negative thoughts and beliefs. We see your love guiding us, flowing through us. We express that love in all our actions. We live this day in joy. Thank you, Spirit. Amen.
That's great.
And we have some announcements. Our book study. Mary Lee has been leading Quantum Warrior, and that will end on the 27th. If 4 people are interested in this book, she'll do this again. It was really an interesting, enlightening book. The next book we're choosing to read and study is The Book of Ho'oponopono by Luke Bowden, MD, Natalie Bowden Lamboy, and Jean Graciette. This comes from the Hawaiian culture, and the teachings are very much in alignment with unity and teaches you to cleanse your consciousness of negative memories, unconscious fears, and dysfunctional programming, and grant yourself forgiveness, peace, and love. And these book studies have been really great, just getting together and discussing things that we don't get a chance to do on Sunday mornings. If you're interested in either of these book studies, contact Mary Lee at maryleepayne@aol.com. And if there are 4 or more wanting to participate, we'll agree on the best day and time. And feel free to invite any friends to join us, whether they're Unity or not. So we'd love to have you all. Both books are available on Amazon if you want to order them. Food from the Heart. We do, or the Crock Pot Brigade, whatever you want to call it. We feed the homeless at Portland Transitions Project every 3rd Friday. We're doing it a little different now since we're doing online. So contact Mary Troxel or Marty Bankhead for more information. And if you need their contact information, I think it's in the e-news, or you can contact Sharon if you need it. Also, we've been participating in the Westland Food Pantry. So consider donating non-perishable food items, toiletries, paper products to Unity, and they'll deliver them to the food bank. Every donation is appreciated, especially at this time. For Connection, we have the men's group. They hold their meeting on the 2nd Monday of the month at 7 p.m. It used to be Come for Pizza, but now you have to provide your own pizza, but you'll still have conversation and spiritual exploration. Contact Jim at 503-939-4676 or orosowner@comcast.net for details. The Women's Circle, contact Joanne, me, about information on the current meeting. We meet the 2nd Wednesday of each month for friendship and connections and conversation and sharing. We gather at noon on the odd number months and at 6:30 p.m. on the even numbered months. And I remember that by even evenings. So contact me at joanelois@aol.com for details. Also, the Course in Miracles and A Course in Love is ongoing. Contact Paris for information on the current status of that meeting, or those meetings. That's Monday, they meet at Monday 11 a.m. and 12:20. Paris and Marjorie lead those 2 groups, and everyone is welcome. Contact Paris at 503-348-5238 Paris Design, that's PARRIS design.com at gmail.com. Also, today the service is going to be followed by a brief town hall meeting for the board to update us on new developments that are ongoing. We had our discussion 2 weeks ago, so we're going to find out what else has been happening with that. So hope everyone can be involved in those. And our mission, there should be a mission statement slide appearing soon. Join me, the Unity Center is a ministry where people of all ages, backgrounds, and beliefs celebrate the one common spiritual thread that lives in every heart. Thank you. And we have a reading. This is from actually the Lent booklet, and Reverend Evan had contributed this. It says, I feast on being fully present. Many of us are probably familiar with the phrase, stop and smell the roses. We can certainly appreciate the beauty of the roses as we rush by in a hurry, but we miss the accompanying fragrance when we do. Life can be much the same when we don't take the time to enjoy the fragrant bouquet of the present moment. Wonderful moments spent with loved ones, moments of laughter, joy, and peace, can all be missed if we don't allow ourselves to stop and fully experience, feel, and savor each present moment. Being fully present right now frees us from worrying about the future or speculating about how much happier we'd be with more money in the bank, the perfect spouse, or a new sports car. Being fully present allows us to experience moments of contentment while opening our hearts and minds to the beauty that surrounds us right here and right now in the present moment. And we should have a solo coming. It's Seeing the Face of God.
First light of the morning, the call of the whippoorwill, man's latest creation, the roar of the sea, the eye of a hurricane, a smile under the moonlight, touch of your tenderness, the pain living in me. I have searched the far and wide, and what I've seen I can't deny. Diversity I honor, I applaud. Oh, in everything I see the face of God. Child in motion, a little chapel upon a hillside, the chant of a holy one, an eagle in flight, a desert where nothing grows, a lotus upon the water, words of a poet singing, love in the Diversity I honor, I applaud. Oh, in everything I see the face of God. Yeah. There are times when life's not rolling, nothing's moving, nothing's flowing. God is on vacation, couldn't see her if I try. I don't see holiness in anything, the thoughts I think, songs I sing. I'm frightened by my moments, spinning all around, round, 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 round. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Confusion and chaos, all the memories that I believe, shot in the deep dark night, the passion of love, tears running down your cheeks, a dance under the moonlight, kiss of a generation, a push and a shove. Yes, I have searched the far and wide, and what I've seen I can't deny. Diversity I honor, I applaud. Oh, in everything I say, in everything. Ooh.
I see the face of God.
Thank you.
Oh, dear. Sorry.
Well, we are blessed to have our Marilee speaking this morning. The title of her talk is Curiosity, Living in the World of Wonder. And I've gotten to know Marilee much more through the book groups and realized how wise and wonderful she is. Marilee's been working with youth in religious education since the 8th grade. She found Unity in the 70s and knew she was home. She absorbed all the metaphysical teachings and has been involved with Uniteens. For the last 25 years, she has served in the role of youth ed director. And has run many workshops and has presented at Unity Village. In her professional life, she retired, the first time as a special ed teacher, the second time as a consultant to special ed teachers and an advocate for families. She's currently a driver's ed instructor. Being a mom of 7, grandmom of 22, and great-grandma of 19, she stays pretty busy. She is now on the Unity Northwest Regional Services team. She also loves playing with adults, and we certainly know that. She's our child among us adults. So here is Marilee. Thank you.
Yeah, the charger. Thank you. Well, hi. I just see my battery is low. I forgot to bring the charger in here. My grandson is grabbing that, so I don't want to blank out at you. So thank you. And that reading from Evan was perfect, and you'll see why. So when I was young, I can recall being very, very small and sitting by a big, big tree with all the clouds looking down at me. They were big and white and full of fun and always moving on the run. Sometimes I'd see a great big ship sailing through the blue, and then before my very eyes, it changed into a shoe. The shoe would walk across the sky, then change into a bird. With golden wings, it flew away and never said a word. Remember those days of wonder? When we were curious and our imaginations could run wild? I remember kneeling on the Davenport with elbows on the back and chin on my fist, looking out the window, watching the waves. They never stopped. It was my quiet spot. I felt calm. Looking back, I realized I was in a meditative space. My little ADHD self was in awe and in a space of wonder. What made the tides? Where did the sun go when it dropped into the ocean? What made all the colors of the sunset? Do fish sleep? How deep do the whales dive? Are there pirate ships at the bottom full of gold? So I lived in Newport. I remember we'd go to the movies, 25 cents. You probably remember this, 25 cents. It was 2 movies, a half hour of cartoons, the previews, the news, a short, a serial, and then you could get in there anytime and watch it through until when you left off, or watch it again all day long. Cheap babysitter for a quarter, right? Yeah. And candy bars were a nickel, right? So I remember one of these movies was about the Dutchman's mine, a Dutchman gold mine in California. No one knew where it was. And all I remember really about this movie is there was this pinnacle with a hole through it, like the eye of a needle. And the sun would shine through it and shine on the mountain across the way. That's where the gold was. Remember that? So it was like, wow. So later I was home doing my thing and the sun shined through a cloud onto this spot on the ocean. My front yard was my beach. My parents owned an ice cream shop. I had a perfect childhood. But the sunbeam was shining right at this particular spot on the beach. And I mean, in the ocean. And I knew that that was where the pirate ship was with the gold. And when I grew up, I was going to be a scuba diver and find that ship and find that gold and live happily ever after. Well, I did learn how to scuba dive, but by then I'd lost my curiosity about pirate treasure, right? So I grew up with a mom. She was a big band singer. And my little brother was a music prodigy. He's 3 years younger, but he could play the guitar before he was in school. So I grew up with music around me all the time. And there's always a song in my head. I don't always know where it comes from. In fact, one time, I'm a driver and instructor, so I had 2 teenagers in my car. One was driving and one's in the back seat. And the one in the back seat, you ask all the questions to, you know, what lane should they turn into? That accuse the other driver. I need to plug this in so I don't lose you. There we go. And, you know, and then we drive out, and then we're doing a country drive. Drive 5 is a country drive. It's the one before the freeway. So what's the difference between a city drive and a country drive? The kid in the back, I ask, and they go, well, I don't know, I haven't been to the country. Well, there would be faster speeds, fewer houses, you know, they go on, and fewer lanes, faster speeds, and lots of curves, and maybe a tractor, right? So we're driving out, and we're going along, and this song is in my head, 9 to 5. Where did that come from? 9 to 5. I haven't seen that movie for years. I love that movie, but been a long time. Haven't heard it on the radio. I have no idea. And as I'm asking questions and coaching kids, it's 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. I did not work 9 to 5. I have no idea where this song comes from. We drive all the way out to Damascus and then on to Boring to the post office. And then we debrief and switch drivers, and that driver drives back. I'm doing the 9 to 5 thing while I'm talking to them, and very puzzled. Get back to Central Catholic High School where we switch, and they leave, I get 2 more drivers. We're driving out, same questions, same things. How many lanes are there here? And they count 1, 2, 3, 4. I went, no, you gotta count the parking lanes, the parking strips, the bike lanes, the shared left turn lane. How many lanes are there? And they go, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 lanes. Right. Now how many lanes are there? 5. I went, that's right. We went from 9 to 5. Ah, there's that song. Well, now they think I'm nuts because I went, in the middle of a sentence. So then I have to explain to these little high school kids, 15 years old, what was so duh. And of course, they weren't born yet, I don't think, when that came out. And so, but my point is, there's a song in my head all the time. So lately, the songs have been, you've got to stop and smell the roses. You've got to count your blessings every day, you know, okay? So the other song, well, I'll mention it, but I won't give you the tune because it will stick in your head for at least a week. But it's a small world after all. Now, probably we can figure out where those songs are coming from, right? That's all we're hearing about on TV, and everything is about the worldwide thing and how we're all in this together. And I hear from many people that they're so frustrated of being cooped up, missing their friends, lonely, bored, afraid, angry. This actually triggered another song. It was from Mr. Rogers, pretty simple song. Why, wonder why? Why, wonder why? My kids would go around singing that all the time. So, but there's a funny thing about why. When good things are happening, we don't sit around and go and wonder, why are all these good things happening to me? What did I do to deserve all this good stuff? So how about making a shift and see things in divine order? My question is always, what can I learn from this? You know, I threw that out to my kids and my kids in my class. What did you learn from this? One time, one of my boys came home from school. He'd been in trouble, 15. They all get in trouble at 15. And he comes in and he goes, and I learned, da, 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 da. So there, you can't ask me. Perfect. I don't want to have to ask you. You've got it now, right? So the questions, how about, what can I learn from that? So I'm seeing this now as a time of opportunity, a time of wonder, a time to slow down and appreciate. My life is fast and my head is always busy and I'm run by my calendar, but not now. It's a weird thing. Time, right? It's just, there's no time. You know, what day is it? What month is it? It doesn't really even matter about time. You know, it's like in caveman days, they didn't have time yet. They just knew they had to plant the seed now and pick the stuff now and go hunting now, so they didn't starve to death in the winter. But that was about all it is. But now I wake up in the morning and I watch the birds outside my window. I've paid attention to the budding flowers bloom and the squirrels and the teeny tiny apples that have replaced the blossoms. I've become more aware of knowing that God is in everything, and it's so awesome, right? I remember the first time I went to Arizona and how boring the land looked. No trees, no mountains, no ocean, actually no water, except for the torrential rain that totally was gone in a half hour and all dried up and you'd have never known it was there. But then I looked again with wonder. I could see the contour of the land and the sunsets were amazing. What seemed ugly and bare was now beautiful and new. It was a life-changing moment. Everything has its own beauty and glory because God is in it all. I want to share a story, okay? It's called I'm in Charge of Celebrations. Now, I'm not going to read you the whole book, so don't worry. But sometimes people ask me, aren't you lonely out there with just desert around you? I always look at them surprised. And I say, how can I be lonely? I'm in charge of celebrations. Sometimes they don't believe me, but it's true. I am. I put myself in charge. I choose my own. Last year, I gave myself 108 celebrations, besides the one they close school for. I cannot get by with only a few. Friend, I'll tell you how it works. I keep a notebook. Well, I write the date, and then I write about the celebration. I'm very choosy over what goes in that book. It has to be something I plan to remember the rest of my life. You can tell what's worth a celebration because your heart will pound and you'll feel like you're standing on top of a mountain and you'll catch your breath like you were breathing some new kind of air. Otherwise, I just counted an average day. I told you I was choosy. A friend, I wish you'd been there for Dust Devil Day. Well, last March 11th, we were all going somewhere. I was in the truck, back of a pickup truck when dust devils started to gather. You could see they were giants. You'd swear they were calling their friends to come too. And they came dancing in time to their own windy music. And we all started counting and looking for more. They stopped the truck. We turned around and around watching them all. There were 7. At a time like that, something goes kind of crazy in you. You have to run to meet them, yelling all the way. You have to whirl around like you were one of them, and you can't stop until you're falling down. And then all day you think how lucky you were to be there. Some of my best celebrations are sudden surprises like that. If you weren't looking at that exact moment, you would miss them. Once there was a triple rainbow that ended in a canyon where I'd been the day before. I was halfway up a hill standing in a drizzle of rain, and there at the top of the hill, a jackrabbit was standing up on its hind legs, perfectly still, looking straight at the same triple rainbow. I may be the only person in the world who's seen a rabbit standing in the mist, quietly watching 3 rainbows. And now, August 9th, is Rainbow Celebration Day. Another of my greatest of all celebrations is called the Time of Falling Stars. It lasts almost a week in the middle of August, and I wait all year for those hot summer months when the sky goes wild. Have you seen them? They're here too. Up on Mount Hood, I would take my group from Mount Hood Kiwanis Camp and we'd sleep out in the field to watch them. You can call them meteor showers if you want to. Me, I like to say they're falling stars. All that week, I sleep outside. I give my full attention to the sky, and every time a streak of light goes shooting through the darkness, I feel my heart shoot out of me. One night, I saw a fireball that left a long red blazing trail across the sky. After it was gone, I stood there looking up, not quite believing what I'd seen. The strange thing was, I met a man who told me he had seen it too while he was lying by a campfire 500 miles away. He said he did not sleep again that night. Suddenly it seemed that we too spoke a language no one else could understand. Every August in my life, I think of that. From an old desert tortoise I know from last year is out strolling, I'll go his direction for a while. I celebrate with horned toads and ravens and lizards and quail. And friends, it's not a bad party. Walking back home, kind of humming, I think about those people who ask me if I'm lonely here. I have to laugh out loud. I challenge you to celebrate and wonder and dance in the glory and praise everything. Remember these? I wear it all the time. Be in charge of your celebration. It's all God. So there's a song in my head now. I can't sing it to you. I don't do that. And we don't have the license for it, but I'm going to say it to you. I'm going to sign it for you, and you all know it. So you can sing it, okay? I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright, blessed day, and the dark, sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of a rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So go forth and multiply your greatness. See God in everything and everyone. I remember well when I was small and everyone was very tall. I knew for sure I'd know it all when I got tall. You do live in a world of wonder. So thank you, God. That probably wasn't a half hour, but it was when I practiced it on my own, but that's it.
Want to do a prayer?
Hmm?
Prayer?
A prayer? I have a meditation. Is that what I'm supposed to do now? Okay, I do have that. I wrote that down. So go to your favorite place, you know, and you can look at something in nature or whatever it is that you do. You are a whole and perfect, wondrous being of light, and God indwells every cell of your being. There is in you all of the love, health, all of the strength and peace, all of the wisdom and support that you need or desire. All joy and good and strength spring up from the fountain within you. When you know this truth, nothing that anyone does or says or fails to do or say can take away your joy and good. Go deep and engrave this into your being. I am heir to love, so I need not feel fear or envy or jealousy. I am heir to strength, life, power, good, and wonder. I am heir to wisdom. I need not, through lack of wisdom, make mistakes. All that God is and dwells in me now. Seek to consciously be the truth, to be the love, to be the wisdom, to be the life, and let go and let God. I invite you to put this same energy around your friends, relatives, co-workers, politicians, enemies, and say out loud the names of those you want us to be in prayer with. All that God is in reality for them and you now, because you are a whole, perfect, wondrous being of light, and God indwells every cell of your being. Thank you, Mother, Father, God.
Thank you.
Okay, Jonah, and if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Sorry. Forgot I wasn't muted. Thank you. That was wonderful. It's like, I think I'm going to go listen to that again. It just, what reminders to look at the world in a different way and see the good instead of the things that are we question and take as not good, that we can look at all together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now it's time for our offering.
No,
No, we have a song.
we have
We have a
special
song. I'm
video.
sorry.
We have a special video from
Oh,
Unity.
we have a unity.
Oh, that's right, the unity one.
Okay, we're gonna do that here. Ready?
Wow.
Isn't that nice?
Nice, very nice. And it's time for our offering. And as we pass the basket, here our intention for the Unity Center in our 30th year is spirit-led. We are co-creating a vibrant, inclusive ministry welcoming and supporting everyone on their spiritual journey. And telephones. In front of you is the ways you can donate a check, or donate, go to the World Healing Center, the website, and there's a donate button at the bottom of the page that you can give. So let's say our offering blessing now. Together, God's love in me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And we have another song.
In a still small voice, listen for an answer. It may be a whisper, sounding like a dream. In a still small voice, there will be an answer. It is the voice of God. Listen for the voice of God. In a still small voice, listen for an answer. It may be a whisper, sounding like a dream. In the still small voice, there will be an answer. It is the voice of God. Listen for the voice of God. Listen in the still small stillness. Listen for an answer. It may be a whisper, sounding like a dream. In the still small voice, there will be an answer. It is the voice of God. Listen for the voice of God. Listen for the voice of God. It is the voice of God. Listen to the voice of God.
So I'm wondering, when I get you all back,
Mhm.
oh, we're going to do this. What I'm wondering is if anybody was curious about the box sitting next to me. I don't know if people see everything now.
And we're working on it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. Had a challenge.
I almost forgot.
Come on back.
Okay, Marty wants to know what the box is, but because I was assuming it was part of a piece of furniture.
No, it's not a piece of furniture.
Oh.
Stop sharing.
There we go.
So sorry.
That's okay. Well, I should have done it before. But anyway, I have a box here. And so curiosity is the thing. So I was just, oh, you know what? I can just move the computer a little bit.
Yeah.
There's my box.
Oh.
Huh? So anybody curious? I bring this to class when I have kids, and it usually has something to do with our lesson. In the box
It's the gold from the treasure chest.
are butterflies. Oh, you can hardly see. They're far away. I'll just bring it closer. I just opened a box of,
Oh.
so just curiosity. We have baby ducks. I considered putting baby ducks in there, but I didn't think it was. Okay.
That's wonderful.
Great. I'd love to see your baby ducks. Heard about them.
Yes. Yeah, we got baby ducks and big ducks running around here. And the cat is running around here, and the dog finally went over there. I guess she figured out that I really wasn't going anywhere just because I was dressed.
No.
Anyway. Oh, we
What
have turtles that are crawling around the house and chameleons in that.
Merrily Zoo.
Yeah. It's actually Wendy's Zoo, but you can't have that. Okay, I'm sorry, I disrupted the flow here.
No. It's
All
fine.
right, here you go.
Well, thank you everybody for being here this morning, and gratitude to all those that couldn't be with us today. Please reach out in kindness, invite everyone back. Also help us grow, invite a friend. You can just share the Zoom link with them and they can join. And you can view this again at Westland Unity on YouTube. We also, our website is www.worldhealing.org, where you can get information. And remember about unity.org or silentunity.org that has a lot of great resources. And if someone that you know is not getting the email, have them contact Sharon and she can get them on the email list. Remember, we have the meeting right after we finish this service. It shouldn't last more than 30 minutes. The board's going to update us on what's been going on and new developments.
Okay.
And we're going to blow out the candle.
We can put in our prayer of protection and blow out the candle. I took us out of order.
Oh, I've got to blow out the candle first. Whatever.
Let's just do that.
Merrily, will you blow out the candle for us?
Oh, of course. One, everybody, 2, 3.
Good job.
And we know the light never goes out because
We
Are
the
the light.
light.
that's right.
And our prayer of protection and transformation should be on your screen soon.
Did it happen?
It didn't happen.
Didn't?
We probably all know it.
I was going to say, I think we all know it.
I think
Know
we
it.
all know it.
Well, we'll say it without the light of
Light
God
of
is
God is in us.
in us. The love of God
God moves through
through
to
us.
us. The power of God transforms us. The presence of God is who we are. Wherever we go, God is, and all is well. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Have a beautiful, loving, and safe week. And we're going to stop the recording now and then sing our peace song.
Okay, just a
And
moment.
whether you might want to mute yourself or we end up quite jumbled.
Yes.